What we doing, everybody, and welcome to Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trage. I'm your host, Trage. It is Tuesday, a fantastic Tuesday here in the great state of Wisconsin. They're talking a little bit of rain today. They're talking a little bit of rain yesterday. We got warm. It was toasty out there for a little bit. The sun was shining. You couldn't beat the weather yesterday there. Today, talking a little bit of rain, but hey, after that, talking some sunshine again. So can't complain too much, right? Can't complain too much about what's going on in the great state of Wisconsin right now, weather-wise. I mean, like I said yesterday there, great weekend. Now we lead into this Monday. It was fantastic, but we got a little bit of rain back in the forecast. So that should be, we'll get through it. We'll get through it, right? A little bit of rain, never hurt nobody. We'll get through that, and we are, just heating up here in MLB baseball. I want to get into the MLB a little bit as a whole today. I want to talk about the Brewers, talk about that series opener there against the Royals, and then I want to talk about just the MLB in general, where the standings stand right now, who's hot, who's not, where everybody is at hitting-wise, and what's going right, what's going wrong around the league there. So right away, I want to look at the Brewers. Brewers open up the series here with the Kansas City Royals. A 3-2 loss for the Brewers in this one, and the bats, once again, the bats were cold. They were cold for a majority of this game here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Just couldn't get anything mustered, couldn't get anything going in a total in this one. Looking at, your 3 hits coming from Adames, and then we had Sanchez with that 2-run home run there, and then you saw a hit out of Jackson Churro late in this one, got thrown out on a play at third. Other than that, the Brewers just, can't get anything going in this game. 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. Once again, the strikeout numbers getting a little bit higher there for the Brewers in this game here. And man, oh man, the offense as of late for the Brewers is just not there, non-existent. They have chances, right? There was chances in this game for the Brewers to score runs. They've had a lot of chances, a lot of close games this season, like we've seen in years past. It's just a matter of this year, the Brewers aren't able to find the ways to score runs here as of late. Early on, they found ways to bring them in, right? Small ball, whatever it was. Now it's a struggle. Now it is a struggle for the Brewers to produce up there at the plate, and, it's coming from the likes of the big guys in this order. You have Contreras in this game here, 0 for 3. That average is starting to drop a little bit. Adames, he was hot for a while. He had a hit in this game. Outside of that, has struggled a little bit as of late here. And then you look up and down the lineup here. Trage, he's starting to drop off a little bit. Joey Ortiz, same difference with Joey right now. Jackson Churro had a hit in this one, but he's been struggling here. So, you look up and down the Brewers lineup right now, and it's like, man, oh man, where's the offense going to come from? Tonight, or last night there, it was Sanchez with that 2-run home run. But outside of that, not much happening for the Brewers in this game here. Pitching-wise, Bryce Wilson, another day. It was another day where a starter for the Brewers gave them a good outing, a solid outing, and just couldn't muster anything up. We saw Bryce Wilson in this game here go, 6 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks on the game, but, just a great outing out of Bryce Wilson. Everything was working. The strikeout numbers were up a little bit. He was getting guys to chase, worked himself out of some trouble, and once again, no run support to go along with it early on in the game. We saw that with Joe Ross there against the Cubs too. No run support happening whatsoever. Same with, Freddie, yeah, he had a blow-up inning, but he pitched solid outside of that. Tobias Myers, 4 runs given up in his outing against the Cubs. No run support for that outing either. You're just looking across the board and you're saying to yourself, where's this Brewers team going to find offensive production right now? And right now, they're cold. The lineup's cold. They aren't finding anything going on right here in this lineup, and it's really killing them here. And, it's not like it was a slugfest, right? Looking at Kansas City, 5 hits in total on the game there. 1 given up by Wilson there, and then Jared Canning came in for a third of an inning there, 1 hit and 3 earned runs. He had 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and a home run given up there. Elvis Paguero technically registered as nothing there. 2 hits, 1 walk, and then Hobie Milner for an inning and 2/3, 1 hit and 1 strikeout for Hobie there. But the Brewers pitching staff is giving you just about everything they can, right? We haven't seen the big dogs, what you would call big dogs in the bullpen, really pitch innings that were meaningful, holding on to a lead or anything like that, really, as of late here. It's been a struggle all the way around for the Brewers to produce runs. So that's something we got to keep an eye on here. For the Brewers, where are they going to find this offense from? We're waiting on Christian Yelich, right? We've seen reports about Christian Yelich. He took BP yesterday there. So maybe, just maybe, hopefully things are trending in the right direction for Christian Yelich and we can get that bat back in the lineup and he stays hot because, I mean, the offense was flowing when Christian Yelich was in the lineup, but now it's like, now we're struggling. Now we struggle, day in and day out. It's like one day we're going to be able to produce. Next day it's a struggle fest. Early on this year, that was the exact opposite. We watched a team who looked like they were different from years past. We looked at this team and we said, man, I love the small ball. Man, I love their ability to put the ball in play and beat things out, using their speed on the base paths, getting on, stealing bases, everything like that. And now it's like, what happened to that team that started out this year? Where did that go? And, it has been, they faced some pretty good pitching. You look at the Cubs, pretty good starting staff there that they have working. I believe they're getting Justin Steele back here pretty soon, and that starting pitching staff is just going to get better. So where do the Brewers need to improve right now? I mean, we've been looking at solely the starting pitching staff, but now it's coming amplified that, hey, this lineup isn't hitting the hottest as of late right now. I mean, look at Rhys Hoskins. He's down to 219 on the season right now. We're looking early on stats here, but we're not seeing a lot of production out of the guys you put into this lineup that are supposed to be your big boppers, right? Your big home run guys, your big RBI guys. We're not seeing that here early on. So it's something to keep your eye on there with this Brewers starting lineup. I mean, I'm looking up and down right now, looking at the averages and where they are all sitting right now. I mean, you have Contreras, right, 328, but then you look down, Joey Ortiz, 265, Terang, he was 308, now he's down to 296 on the year, Rhys Hoskins, 219, and then you have Willy Adames, 258 out of Perkins, 212 out of Sanchez, 248 out of Frelick now, Churro's hitting 222, and then we saw Oliver Dunn, his average is down to 230 right now. So where are we going to find it? Do we have to dig into the minor league system? There are pieces down in the minor league system that, I mean, it's so hard you can't just sit here and say that they're going to automatically make this huge impact if you brought them up to the big league level. You can't just make that assumption right off the bat, but you look down there at that AAA level and you look at some of the averages down there. And you have guys like Brewer Hicklin, outfielder. We saw him a little bit there in spring training. He's hitting 305 down there at AAA, 17 RBIs, 4 home runs on the year, 2 doubles, 32 hits, and 105 at-bats right now, 18 walks to 35 strikeouts, and 14 stolen bases. I mean, look at a guy like Brewer Hicklin, and you say, what could hurt if we give that guy the shot at the big league level right now? I mean, you brought up Andrew Monasterio once again, but maybe you have to find a spark like this. Oliver Dunn has been hitting the ball a little bit better as of late, but he has hit a cold spell. Maybe you send him down there, get things right. You bring up an outfielder like Brewer Hicklin and let him run a little bit at the big league level. It's going to take, it might take kind of moving guys around and just seeing what you have at the big league level right now, or what you have in the minor league system even that could benefit you up at the big league level. You look at guys like Chris Roller. He's down there at the AAA level, 308. I believe Chris Roller might be injured, though. I really do believe Chris Roller is injured. He is on the IL down there at AAA. But you're looking at a guy like Owen Miller, 349 down there at AAA. And I know we've talked about this in the past. Sometimes minor league stats do not translate to the MLB. You get hit very well down at AAA or whatever it is, but sometimes that doesn't translate up to the big league level. Hitting's different. Pitching's different. Everything's different when you jump up there in the system. But at this point, I mean, you're looking down here and you're saying even a guy like Eric Hayes, catcher down there, hit really well for the Brewers in spring training there. He is sitting 235 down there in AAA, but you look at your catcher situation up at the big league level. I know you got Gary Sanchez in there right now, but we see Gary Sanchez can play a little bit of first base. Maybe you give that shot to Eric Hayes to come up at some points here. This is all jumping to speculation like that, but you got to find a spark in this lineup right now. And as of late, we don't have that spark. Now, can they find it internally with this team? I really do believe they can. I mean, you have some very talented younger players in this lineup that can provide sparks there on the base paths and everything like that. So I'm not saying it isn't possible that this big league roster finds a way right now as constructed to be able to start putting runs across the board. But what I'm saying is at some point, you might have to dig around. You might have to dig around in this minor league system or wherever to find another spark, to find another bat, somebody consistent to bring into this lineup. Christian Yelich might come back, and that might be the key, right? That might be the key to get things jump-started one more time. I'm not saying that's a far-fetched thing to think on that side of it, but right now the Brewers, they're scuffling. They're scuffling. The bats have been, excuse me there. The bats have been scuffling a little bit. So, if this continues, maybe you have to dig a little bit and maybe make a couple moves to see what happens. I mean, you're not going to hurt anything, right? You're not going to hurt anything by giving some of these other guys shots and moving some pieces around there. So I'm just jumping around there. You got to speculate a little bit. You got to speculate. You got to make moves in your head and see what you think's going to work out there. And, I mean, you got some outfielders who have been hitting solid at the AAA level. You have some pitchers down at the AAA level right now. And I saw the name Carlos F. Rodriguez. I do believe in his last outing, he had a pretty good outing there against the Orioles AAA team in his last appearance. I was just trying to see the stats from that one there because he looked good. He looked good in his last appearance there. I believe he went, if I'm not mistaken, trying to pull that game up there. There it is right there. He went 5 innings, 1 earned run, 1 walk in that game, 9 strikeouts. And, I mean, a solid outing against a very good AAA team there. He's had a couple of decent outings in a row here. I mean, you're looking up the line there at a couple of them. You look at his 28th start there, he had 4 earned runs. In his 17th start there, or on April 17th, he gave up 3 earned runs. On April 5th, he gave up 2 earned runs in his outing there. A couple of blow-ups, though, on April 23rd and on April 12th there. So that's something to keep an eye on, is Carlos Rodriguez pitched very well there against Norwalk, and that is a very good system there, the Orioles system there, Jackson Holliday and everybody else on that team. That is a very good AAA team, and Carlos F. Rodriguez looked good in that outing. So he's a guy to keep an eye on there at the AAA level right now who could make an impact at some point there. Also, I believe I was looking at Chad Patrick as my other notable there at the AAA level. He had a good outing in his last one against Norwalk. Also, he had 1 earned run in his outing there, 6 1/3 innings, 9 strikeouts for him there. I mean, a solid day out of Chad Patrick. This is a promising arm down there at the AAA level, righty down there. Could add some little bit of mixing it up there to the rotation or even for a long relief guy coming out of the bullpen there. Those are just a couple of the pieces. Those are just a couple of the pieces that I noticed and I've heard a little bit about there down at the AAA level who could add some arm depth for the Brewers here moving forward. So, I mean, it's not a time of panic for the Brewers, right? They have a lot of time left, a lot of movement left to be made here in this young season so far. So, I mean, there's a long way to go. Long way to go. We got to get Yelich back. We're going to get other pieces back here, Garrett Mitchell and some other pieces along the way, right? So you're going to get healthy, and then we'll see what this team's really got. But there are promising pieces down there that I could see at some point potentially getting a shot up at the big league level there. And, you have guys, I know Brock Wilson is finally back, one of the promising third base prospects for the Brewers. He's finally back with I believe he's at AAA now. He took a ball off the face. He took a ball off his face, fractured a few bones, so he was out for a very long time, came back 1 for 3 day for Brock Wilson. So that was great to see there. And Mike Bovee continues to torch it up at the AA level. This guy, I mean, moved from high A up to AA. He continues to torch the baseball. So you have a lot of promising prospects on the rise there in the minor league system. So exciting stuff there. We're going to get into the full Fresh on the Farm report tomorrow, though. We're going to get into the full Fresh on the Farm report tomorrow. With that, though, before I get into the MLB standings, looking around baseball right now, I want to get to the sponsors of the show here real quick. First, Game Day Supply in Alaska. Do you have a sports club or team? Are you looking for some sweet custom uniforms or apparel? Check out the awesome crew at Game Day Supply in Alaska to help your team get the sweetest gear. Find them on Facebook at Game Day Supply or online at GameDaySupply.net. Also, your hometown team, Century 21 Gold Key Realty. Call Peggy, Sue, or Anna to find your dream home, or if you're looking to sell. Find them on Facebook at your hometown team, Century 21 Gold Key Realty, or stop in and see them at their location in Marshfield. Also, Sport and Spine Clinic in Greenwood, Wisconsin. If you've been injured recently, whether at work, the basketball court, the baseball field, the softball field, whatever it was, and you need some physical therapy, stop in there and see Chad at Sport and Spine Clinic in Greenwood, Wisconsin. He will get you right. He'll get you back to work, back on the court, back on the field. Whatever it is, he'll get you back there. Sport and Spine Clinic in Greenwood, Wisconsin. Marshfield Motor Speedway is located just 3 miles outside of Marshfield on County Road H. You got to get down there this summer. Tons of family fun for all ages. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. You got to get down there for some races. You can find the schedule on Facebook, either on my Facebook page, Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trage. You can find them on their Facebook page, Marshfield Motor Speedways, or also search them up on Google online there. Search Marshfield Motor Speedways, takes you to the website. You'll find the schedule there. So good stuff there, Marshfield Motor Speedways. Also, Sports Scene, sports cards and memorabilia, located in the Marshfield Mall in Marshfield, Wisconsin. You got to get down there. You got to talk to Al down there. He has everything you need. Sporting cards, memorabilia, jerseys. He's got model stock cards, whatever you need. He's got it down there at the store. Sports Scene in Marshfield, Wisconsin. And also Pittsville Farm and Home Center. At the store, they serve you anything from hydraulic hoses to red roses. Stop in and see the awesome crew at Pittsville Farm and Home Center in Pittsville, Wisconsin. But with that, I want to get over into the MLB standings right now. I want to look at the standings, see where everything is sitting as of right now in the MLB. So right now, we look over at the NL Central, and, well, we didn't want to talk about it. But the Cubbies have moved ahead of the Milwaukee Brewers. They're sitting there at 21-14 on the year right now. The Brewers, they are at 20-14 as of right now. And, well, man, oh man, we don't like it. We don't like it too much. And that it's, this NL Central is going to fluctuate around. Right now, you look at the NL Central as a whole, and they have struggled as of late here. You look at the Cubs up there at the top, they're 5-5 in their last 10. Brewers are 4-6. Pirates are 4-6. The Reds are 2-8. And then you look at the Cardinals at the bottom there, they're 5-5. So, the Cardinals and Cubs are actually the two best as of late here in the NL Central, and they're at the top and the bottom in the division there. So you look how much they have differed here as of late. The Brewers, a lot of road games, though. You look at them, 20 road games on the year so far compared to 14 at home. They're actually 13-7 on the road. They're 7-7 at home so far on this young season. The Cubbies flipped the script, 12-4 at home. They're 9-10 in road games right now. So, that is a big difference there. Plus 18 in run differential right now for the Cubs compared to looking at the Brewers. They are plus 20 in run differential right now. Pirates sitting at -12 and the Cardinals at -32. Dodgers coming in first in the West right now. They are 23-13 overall, 5.5 games up of the San Diego Padres at 18-19. They're 5.5 back. The Arizona Diamondbacks sitting 7.5 back. They're 15-20 overall right now. San Francisco Giants sitting at 15-21, and the Rockies sitting at 8-26 right now at the bottom of that division. They are -77 in run differential. Compared to the top, the Dodgers, almost the exact opposite, plus 63. A little bit off, right? 14, whatever you want to say. A little bit off there, but still, just the craziness of that run differential difference there. Looking at the NL East there, the Phillies climb up in the top of that division there. They're riding high in first place right now, 25-11 overall. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're followed up by the Braves, who are sitting 3 games back, 20-12 right now. Not a shabby record, right? They're just a little less games. Phillies have played a little bit more. There's your big difference there. Washington Nationals, 7 games back right now, 17-17 overall right now. The Mets, 16-18, 8 games back. And then you have the Miami Marlins, 10-26 overall. They're sitting 15 games back out of first place. They're -68 in run differential there. So, holy crapola to see the difference there and a little bit of run differential. Phillies sitting plus 45 right now. The Mets are actually plus 2 in run differential. Looking at runs scored to runs allowed there. So interesting stuff there in the NL East. Flipping script over in the AL right now. The AL East right now, Baltimore Orioles lead it right now. They're sitting at 23-11, followed by the New York Yankees, 23-13. The Boston Red Sox sitting 4.5 back. They're 19-16 overall. The Tampa Bay Rays 18-18 in total right now, and the Toronto Blue Jays sitting at 16-19 overall, 7.5 games back. They're negative 37 run differential right now compared to the Orioles up top. They're plus 55, the Yankees plus 42, and the Red Sox sitting at plus 41 in run differential. Runs scored 2. Runs allowed there. The AL Central, this one's a little bit of surprise there. The Cleveland Guardians, 23-12 overall, followed by the Minnesota Twins, 20-14. The Kansas City Royals, 21-15 overall. The Detroit Tigers, 18-17. And the Chicago White Sox sitting at 8-27 overall. I mean, this is what we expected out of the White Sox. They are not a good ball club. Negative 88 in run differential right now. They've scored 102 runs compared to giving up 190. So that's some crazy stuff there. In the AL Central, looking at the West right now, the Seattle Mariners right now are on top, 19-16 overall, followed by the Texas Rangers, 19-16 overall. The Oakland Athletics, 2 games back there of first, 17-18. That's been a surprise. The Oakland A's are a surprise. I compare them to Major League, the movie. They have one of the best closers in all of baseball there in Miller, and they have one of the worst owners who just wants to move the team. So that is Major League in a nutshell there. Houston Astros, they're 12-22 overall right now, and the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout gone for a majority of the year here, 12-23 overall, 7 games back, off the top of the division. So right now, I mean, looking at the power rankings, if I was going to do power rankings right now in the MLB, I got to be honest with you, right now, up top in the power rankings, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. They're number 1 in my power ranking right now, 25-11 right now, won 6 in a row, 9-1 in their last 10. I got to hand it to them. Phillies up there, they would be my number 1 here as of late. In my 2 spot, I'm going to put the Los Angeles Dodgers. I know it's a surprise, but I got the Dodgers there at the 2. Followed by the Braves in my 3 spot right now. The Braves have been playing some good baseball this year with a lackluster starting pitching staff. So I'm going to put the Braves in my 3 spot. Followed by the Orioles in my 4. And then I have them followed by my Yankees in the 5 spot there. And after that, it gets a little touch and go for me there. It gets a little touch and go. I would take the Cubs in my 6. The Brewers in the 7 spot right now. Both teams have struggled in the last 10, but that's where I have them placed. In my 8 spot, I got the Cleveland Guardians there. And then, I mean, this is a tough one. The Twins, 20-14, they have won 9 of their last 10 games. So, I mean, they are climbing in there. They should be maybe in that 5, maybe that 6 range, but I'm going to put them down at my 9. Then the Royals at that 10 spot as of right now. So that would be my top 10. My top 10 in the power rankings right there for the MLB. So with that there, I mean, that's about all I got for today. You know, it's going to be a little bit shorter today. Not a lot happening. I want to get into a lot more tomorrow. We're going to talk more Brewers. Long day. Not a lot, didn't have a lot of time there to jump on, research everything, see what everybody's talking about right now here. No service at work here today, so it was a rough one. But I want to get on tomorrow here, do the Fresh on the Farm report, see what's going on in the minor league system. I want to look at the Brewers a little bit more there, see what we're talking about there in the Brewers organization. And then, who knows? Who knows where the day will take us? Maybe we'll talk a little bit more Bucks. Maybe we'll talk about the Green Bay Packers. I haven't talked about them anymore in a while here. Maybe we will look at the Wisconsin Badgers because, hey, the Badgers, they might make another transfer portal move. You never know. You never know with Greg Gard right now. That guy, he might be making a move that we don't even know about. I mean, he's playing the cards. He's got a couple of 3 transfers coming in for sure right now. Tanji's coming now, out of Missouri there, so good stuff there. Maybe we'll dive into that there a little bit. See where the Badgers starting lineup is going to be next year and how well we think they're going to do compared to the rest of the Big Ten. But with that, that's about all I got. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. But until I talk to you guys again tomorrow, this has been Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trage. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. But until then, deuces.
watch me sway, darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened